All right, junkies, here we go. Yeah, I've been saving this one kind of towards the end, but this is the new Wolverine Marvel Legend. Now, the big deal is he actually comes with a samurai sword. That seems to be the big, like, finally comes with a sword. I think there's one or two others that might have swords, but I'm maybe thinking way back. So this Wolverine is very much in the style of Marvel Comic Presents, which was a nice little spin-off book, kind of like an anthology of stories you had to follow week to week with little excerpts of each story. This was kind of like my first Wolverine book, so I really enjoyed it. I did have the original Wolverine Toy Biz figure that came with a ring for a mask. Yeah, that's going way back. But let's get to this one. We'll do the package real quick. Wolverine is X-Men's greatest fighter, master forms of all hand-to-hand combat. Wolverine is also a fearsome secret weapon, razor-sharp retractable animanium claws that can slice through anything. So, the full line is here. Wolverine, Iceman, Cyclops, Silver Samurai, the only villain in the line, Storm, and Dazzler. Now, we haven't gotten to Dazzler yet, but she is on our list to review. So let's cut through Wolverine here. Get him out of the plastic coffin. I really appreciate the packaging here. I think it's great, especially if you're going to put it on display. However, we like to open the figures up because we've been surprised lately, junkies. There are figures that you're like, wow, that's awesome, I finally got them. And you take them out and you're like, Storm was like that for us. A very highly coveted figure. Here she is, case in point. But if you watch, she's not able to stand on her own. I gotta have to lean her up against things. And I straighten her legs out. I straighten her feet out. I mean, I think it's a character to obviously put on a one of those little retractable arms, but she's just, you know, she looks great, but she can't stand on her own to save her life. And now she's saving her life. There you go. So let's get Wolverine out of here because that's who you came to watch. So we do have a samurai sword. It is all black, so I'm kind of a little disappointed in that. But you could argue that it's in the style of a Marvel Legend from the Toy Biz era or a Marvel figure from the Toy Biz era. So that's why it's not painted silver. Wolverine's claws, though, on the other hand, are painted silver. So let's do an instant pose with the best at what he does. Really like the blue. See, now this is a figure I would have walked away from because I'm like, why do we need one more Wolverine? And I think I even said that. However, when you look at him, like look at him up close. Let's do this before we even get the pose. Got this great dirt-like mask thing going on here. But look at the hair and the blue in the hair. This cat-like style that they've got going on here. Claws are great. They're not. They're a separate piece of plastic that looks like they might be able to pop out, but it's almost, instead of metal painted, it's almost like a sharp white plastic, kind of like Bobby Drake was, the Iceman. So we got nice muscles here on the figure. We got a nice belt that does kind of slide around, and we got this great, you know, extra joint in the chest so that he can really just get ready in a berserker mode. But anyway, let's pose him for the instant pose. I'm liking the feet. They're not really boots. They're more like feet. I swear, I've got to get some sort of platform for these guys to stand on because I'm just tired of them falling over. Some figures, it's just like they stand straight up. Other figures, there's just so much going on with their weight and how they're proportioned, their feet. Like Wolverine just wants to take a header backwards. There he is. He looks cool. I really do like the paint on his head. I think it really works. So he does come with 2 extra hands, junkies. So we're going to pop those out, say goodbye to the plastic coffin, and see if we can get them off here. Wrong hand. So I always thought, you know, why would you mess with a guy like this? Of course, most people don't know who he is at the time. So can't really hold the samurai sword and have the claws out at the same time, which I think is a real missed opportunity. And you want him to be just angry. There you go. So, again, solid figure. Really do like him. How many Wolverines can you have? I don't know. If you're a fan, some people, that's all they collect. But really digging the style and the sculpt of this figure. The belt is awesome. Let's flip around here in the back. You can really get a better sense of what we're looking at. The arm paint here, the hair painted into the arms, is we've seen that on a lot of more recent figures, is really adding that extra layer and dimension to the character. I think it's a solid figure, at least 8 out of 10. Probably the figure you'd get the least. There's probably 2 in a box or something like that, of that kind of nature. But I definitely would recommend picking him up. He's a solid Wolverine, and he's more like Wolverine, kind of like off on his own. There's no logo, there's no X-Men, there's no Avengers. It's just a little bit different. Wolverine off on his own. I want to say adventures, but more like handling his own problems. So, solid figure junkies. Do recommend picking him up. Have a good evening.